That down, let's talk about this. You know, I'm not a big fan of the What If series that Marvel has done, but they certainly have had some episodes that I thought were really great. And right up there near the top is the one they did where kind of the most dangerous man in all of the Marvel universe takes out all the Avengers. It ain't Thor, it ain't Hulk, Hank Pym. When somebody is the smartest guy in the room, and that's one of the things I loved about that episode. When somebody is the smartest guy in the room, they are also potentially the most dangerous guy in the room. And Hank Pym goes around and starts taking out all the Avengers. Of course, played by the great Michael Douglas. And I love Michael Douglas. He's a Hall of Famer. One of the very rare things where it's like his dad is Hollywood royalty and he himself in his own right is Hollywood royalty, right? Absolutely fantastic. Love the character. Didn't love Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They could have used Hank a lot better than they did. But, you know, as we're getting now into Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars and about who are the remaining chairs when we get the Chairing Part 2, what other names are going to be on the chair? And I honestly kind of thought that Michael Douglas might be one of those names. Not according to Michael Douglas, because according to some new reports, including this one at Newsweek, Michael Douglas is done with the MCU. Newsweek wrote the following. Speaking with Deadline, the star, Michael Douglas, was asked about the possibility of appearing in more Marvel movies. I don't think so, Douglas answered. I had the experience and I was excited to do it. I'd never done a green screen picture before. I love that he calls a Marvel movie a green screen picture.
Green screen picture.
I'd never done a green screen picture before. I did the Komsky method because I wanted to work with Chuck Lorre and try some comedy, but I'm enjoying my hiatus and enjoying my life. It was overwhelming running the production company and acting at the same time. He's, by the way, taking a bit of a break from acting as a whole as he's doing more producing, and he says he'll act again, but saying that he's probably done.
I just checked
with the MCU.
He is 80.
He is 80. And by the way, a sharp thinking, sharp communicating. Like, if you were to sit in a room with him, and I had the pleasure of sitting in a room with him a couple times over the last few years, you would not, I mean, you wouldn't guess 50, but you would not guess he's 80 at all.
And when you're 80, like he's been working and working and working, in TV and movies, there's got to be a time. The guy produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of the great movies in the 1970s. So
a lot of people forget that he's not just a great actor, he's a great producer.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what. I understand. I am a little bummed that he's saying he won't be back because, again, I find him to be one of the most underutilized and potentially amazing characters in the MCU. And of course, he is a world-class, all-time great actor. He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. So I'm kind of bummed about that too. And it's always disappointing. I always say it's never a bad thing when you add talent. It's never an unfortunate thing when you lose talent. And while MCU is loaded with great talent, they absolutely are. If you have Michael Douglas and then you lose him, that's subtraction. I mean, that one hurts. Anyway, Rob, you're hearing Michael Douglas saying he's probably done with Marvel and the MCU. Big deal, not a big deal, unfortunate. I don't know. How do you see this?
Well, when you've done what he's done, he doesn't have anything left to prove to anyone. If he's not spending every moment, I mean, look, he's got Catherine Zeta-Jones. Come on. If you're not spending every moment of your life enjoying yourself when you're 80 and you're still in great health and you're still smart as a tack, I don't know. I mean, spending 12 hours a day on a green screen set, that doesn't sound very appealing to me. Especially, I mean, if he wants to produce again, I mean, hell, catching up on your reading. If I was his age right now, if I was 80, I'd finish my space battleship Yamato model. I'd be still weathering the guns with gunmetal.
By the way, I know I've shown this one before, but this one is just one of my personal favorite photos that I have. I think Ann actually got it blown up for me once and framed it, and I lost it. This was one of the best days of my professional career. This was during the first Ant-Man, and they invited me down to this building to just hang out for the afternoon and chat with Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas. And this was the second time. The first time I got to sit down with Michael Douglas was during my infamous leaving Robert De Niro hanging event, because Michael Douglas was
that was great.
Yeah, the most embarrassing moment of my professional career. But Michael Douglas was in there too. But this was an afternoon I actually got to spend like 45 minutes with them, and he was, he's one of these guys. I'm sure he was lying. Like, I'm 100% sure he was lying. But as we go over to the craft table, like we're in between some takes and we're all standing at the craft table having something to eat just quick, he looks at me and goes, you're really good at this. Like, I've talked to a lot of guys, man, and you're really good at this. And even in that moment, I knew he's lying just to be nice, but I'll take it. I'll completely take it, because it's Michael. Yes, you had. It wasn't enough that I mention it. You have to bring up. For those who haven't seen
I could have played the video.
The blue shirt walking out of frame is me turning my back to Robert De Niro, stretching out his hand to shake my hand, and
they all just judged you, man.
And that's Michael Douglas, Morgan Freeman, and who's that? Who's that to me?
From A Fish Called Wanda.
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline.
So that's Michael Douglas at the end, and Robert De Niro, Kevin Kline, and I just said his name.
Kevin Kline. And Michael Douglas, he leaned over. He says, once I told that kid he was really good at this.
now I got to take it back.
Wow. That's it. I'm out of here.
That was from Las Vegas, I think.
Yes, that was the By the way, love that movie, Las Vegas. It's really fun. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Michael Douglas is saying no more. And yes, that was Morgan Freeman. Michael Douglas is saying no more. I'm done with the MCU, which means I guess we're not going to see Hank Pym anymore, which kind of sucks because we lost Michael Pena from the Ant-Man world, which the MCU, I think, desperately needs. And now we're losing Michael Douglas. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. You know what? I think we've come a long way in how we talk about mental health. I mean, that great show Shrinking certainly helps, but it used to be something people avoided bringing up. But now, more and more, we're realizing it's just as important to take care of yourself mentally as it is taking care of yourself physically. But still, 1 in 4 Americans say that they've skipped getting any kind of help because they're afraid of getting judged, and that has got to change. This month is Mental Health Awareness Month, so let's talk about how therapy isn't just for people going through major life events. It's for learning healthy coping strategies, building boundaries, and growing into the best version of ourselves. And BetterHelp makes it easier than ever. They've been connecting people with licensed therapists for over 10 years, with a network of over 30,000 professionals across a wide range of specialties. It's completely online, so it fits into your schedule. No commuting, no waiting rooms, and if the therapist you're with isn't the right fit for you, you can switch at any time, no extra cost. We are all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Anyway, guys, how do you feel about this? Like, I know they didn't use the character very well in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania because that movie sucked, but I was really hoping he'd stick around. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.